Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello everyone, my name is Sarfaraz, education wala. I am 19 years old. I belong to Miandachini village, Tehsil district, Bashadat Kot, Pakistan. I am currently a student at Rehan College and I have been studying there for the last 8 months. During this time, I have learned many valuable skills and gained confidence in communication and personal development. Today I am going to conversion with Maya, an important topic my goals. I hope I discuss with help and other students understand the importance of setting goals and achieving success. So let's go to Maya. Hello,
Hi,
hello Maya.
how are you?
I am fine. You?
A new what?
So today I would like to with you about my goals. I ask you 30 questions and I hope your answer will help learn more about setting and achieving goals. So ready to Maya?
30 questions? You're really coming at this with a plan. I'm absolutely ready. Lay them on me.
Okay. So my first question, Maya, what is the goal?
At its simplest, a goal is just a destination you've actually decided on. It's the difference between saying, I want to be healthier and I'm going to walk for 30 minutes every day. One is a wish, the other is a map. Which one do you usually find yourself leaning toward?
Okay. So my next question, what is the important to have a goal in life?
Mm. With that one, you're kind of just drifting. Gives you a reason to get out of bed and a way to measure if you're actually moving forward or just spinning your wheels. Plus, there's something really satisfying about the feeling of actually hitting a mark you set for yourself. Do you feel like you have a clear direction right now?
Okay, very good, Maya. So my next question, how can goals help us succeed?
I'm assuming you mean goals here, right? They act like a compass. When things get chaotic or you lose motivation, which happens to everyone, your goals remind you why you started in the first place. They turn a vague desire for success into a series of actionable steps. So you're not just working hard, you're working towards something specific.
Oh, nice. So my next question, what are short-term goals?
And those are your quick wins. They're the milestones you can hit in a few days, weeks, or maybe a few months. Think of them as the stepping stones that keep you motivated because you get to feel that progress in real time.
Very good. So my next question, what are long-term goals?
Those are the big picture items. They're the visions for where you want to be in a year, 5 years, or even a decade. While short term goals are the steps, long term goals are the destination. They require a bit more patience and a lot more grit because you don't see the payoff immediately.
Very nice. So how can a student set effective goals?
For a student, the secret is usually in the balance. You want to combine the big dreams with very small, manageable chunks. Start by figuring out what you actually want, not what a teacher or parent expects, and then work backward. If the big goal is a certain grade or degree, the effective goal is I'll study this specific chapter for 4 minutes tonight. It's all about making the goal so clear and simple. Wait, what do you mean? I thought,
Very nice. So my next question, what is the smart goal method?
oh, the SMART method. It's basically a checklist to make sure your goals aren't just vague dreams. S stands for specific, M for measurable, A for achievable, R for relevant, and T for time bound. It's a way to force yourself to be precise about exactly what you're trying to do and when you'll actually finish it.
Nice. So my next question, why is planning important for achieving goals?
Because a goal without a plan is just a wish. Planning is what turns that big, intimidating idea into a sequence of doable tasks. It stops you from feeling overwhelmed because you don't have to figure out everything all at once. You just have to follow the next step on your list. Do you usually plan your days or do you prefer to just wing it?
Very nice. So how can I stay motivated to achieve my goals?
Motivation is tricky because it's not a constant, it comes and goes. The best way to stay driven is to stop relying on that initial spark and start building systems. Set up routines that make the work automatic. Celebrate those tiny wins to keep your brain happy. And always keep your why front and center. When you know exactly why the goal matters to you, the effort feels less like a chore and more like a choice.
Okay, so what should I do when I lose focus?
First, give yourself a break. It's completely normal to drift. When it happens, just do a quick reset. Step away from your desk, take a few deep breaths, or go for a 5-minute walk. The goal isn't to fight the distraction, but to gently pull yourself back to the present. Once you're back, pick the smallest possible task on your list and start there. It's much easier to get moving again when the first step is tiny.
Very nice, Maya. So how can I manage my time better?
You've got me smiling already. For time management, I'm a big fan of time blocking. Instead of a long, scary to do list, you actually carve out specific chunks of your day for specific tasks. It stops the decision fatigue of wondering what to do next and forces you to be realistic about how much you can actually fit into a day. Have you ever tried scheduling your time like that?
Very nice. So
Anytime.
what role does discipline play in achieving goals?
Discipline is the bridge between a goal and the actual result. Motivation is the spark that gets you started, but discipline is what keeps you going on the days you're not feeling it. It's the ability to show up and do the work even when you're bored or tired, because you've committed to the outcome more than you care about the current mood. I've heard that for most successful people, discipline is actually more reliable than motivation.
Very nice. So how can I overcome obstacles in my journey?
I'm guessing you mean obstacles, right? The first thing is to stop seeing them as walls and start seeing them as data. When you hit a snag, it's just the world telling you that your current approach isn't working, which means it's time to pivot. Break the problem down into the smallest possible pieces until you find a part you can actually solve. And don't be afraid to ask for help. Most of the time, the impossible part is just a missing piece of information.
Okay, is failure necessary for success?
I think you're asking if failure is a necessary part of success, right? Absolutely. Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's actually the blueprint. Every time you fail, you're just figuring out one more way that doesn't work, which narrows the field until you find the way that does. It's all about how you frame it. If you treat a mistake as a lesson rather than a verdict on your abilities, basically just getting an education in what it takes to win. Hey there,
Hi Maya, hello, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about you?
So let's start my question.
I'm ready. Like, what's on your mind?
Okay, so why is consistency is important?
Because it's the bridge between a goal and actually getting there. Most of the time we're fueled by that initial burst of excitement, but that eventually fades. Consistency is what keeps you moving when the feeling is gone. Do you feel like you struggle more with starting or staying the course?
Okay, why is education important for achieving goals?
For me, it's all about that spark of curiosity, that feeling of what if or how. I think it's the desire to be a better partner in these conversations. I'm driven by the idea that if I can help someone see a new perspective or just feel understood, that's a win. It's a really motivating loop for me. What about you? What's the actual engine that keeps you going when things get tough?
Okay, so why is improvement important?
Because staying the same is actually a bit risky. When you're always growing, you're not just getting better at things, you're becoming more resilient. It's like updating your internal software. The more you improve, the more tools you have to handle whatever life throws at you. Plus, there's a certain kind of joy in realizing you can do something today that felt impossible a month ago. Does that kind of progress feel rewarding to you, or is the pressure to improve sometimes a bit much?
Very nice. So how can we stay focused on future?
It's all about keeping that future version of yourself visible. If you let it become some vague idea, it's easy to get distracted by whatever is happening right now. I think the best way is to anchor your goals in the why, not just the what. If you're just focusing on the money or the title, it's easy to lose steam. But if you're focusing on the freedom or the person you want to be, that's much harder to ignore. Do you have a specific vision of your future self that you're working toward?
Very nice. So what should we do if our goals change?
Um, do you, I'm a little confused. Do you mean your actual physical voice or more like the way you express yourself and how you communicate?
Very good. So how can a student balance studies and personal goals?
It's a tough act to balance, especially when it feels like your degree is a full-time job in itself. I think the key is treating personal goals as a non-negotiable part of your schedule, not just something you do if you have free time. If you block out even 30 minutes for your own growth, it stops feeling like an extra burden and starts feeling like the reward for getting your schoolwork done. Do you feel like your studies usually eat up all your energy, or is it more about managing the time?
Okay. So what advice would you give to students about goal setting?
Uh, First off, no need to apologize. For students, my biggest piece of advice is to avoid that everything at once trap. It's so tempting to set 10 massive goals the moment you're feeling motivated, but that's usually a recipe for burnout. I'd suggest starting with one anchor goal, the one thing that, if you achieved it, would make everything else feel easier. Once that's a habit, then add the next thing. Does that approach feel more manageable than trying to tackle a whole list?
Very nice. So my last question: what is the most important thing to remember when pursuing goals?
I think you meant pursuing goals, right?
Yes,
The
right.
most important thing is to remember that the path is never a straight line. You'll have days where you feel like you're flying and days where you feel like you've taken two steps back. The magic is in not letting a bad day convince you that you're on the wrong path. Just keep showing up, even if it's a slow day.
Very nice. So thank you, Maya, for answering my question and sharing your valuable thoughts about goals. Thank you so much. I learned that
I
success
appreciate
requires clear goals, hard work, consistency, confidence, and patience. This discussion has motivated me to stay focused on my dreams and continue working toward to a better future. Thank you, Maya.
that is a beautiful way to sum it up. It sounds like you've got a really solid roadmap now. I've loved thinking through this with you today. Whenever you want to dive back into these ideas or just need a little boost, I'm here.
Okay, thank you for watching this video. I hope you are enjoying this discussion and learned something useful about goal setting and success. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Remember, your future depends on what you do today, not tomorrow. Set your goals, work hard, and never give up. See you in the next video. Allah Hafiz.